Hello and welcome to episode 2 of deValiante Reads Highway Blossoms by Studio Elon. This kinetic novel is part of Humble Bundle's bundle for racial justice and equality. It also contains strong language, sexual themes, and deals with loss and grieving. If you are not in a headspace to handle these topics, please consider skipping this video. Now, without further ado, let's get started.
Most people imagine Indian reservations as tucked away slices of heaven. Maybe some pocketed oasis of vibrant greens and flowing water in what is otherwise a wasteland. Those people are wrong. The Navajo Reservation is as sandy and barren as the rest of the desert, and at 22,475 miles, it's neither green nor fun-sized. Not that I hate it. The miles of faded highway road speed past me, blending together with the sand that stretches out to far-off rigid mountains, like there's a rhythm to it. Behind me, Marina is still stretched out on the fold-out bed, cuddling the pillow, a substitute for her blanket that's long since fallen off her bed. My old gym clothes are a little small for her, the shorts only reaching halfway down her thighs. But hey, I'm not complaining. Soon we're rolling into the town, its jagged namesake peeking over the horizon shiprock. The town itself is typical for this desert. Nothing fancy like a high-rise. Just a whole lot of plain shacks sitting on top of gravel, painted worn brown and browns and beiges. From behind me there's a light, almost fluffy yawn. I wonder how that bundle of joy handles mornings.
Morning.
Oh, hi. You're finally awake.
Uh-huh.
She yawns again and thumps back against the bed. Guess she's not a morning person.
And there's still some coffee in the...
Oh, wow, is that shiprock?
I take it back. Marina rushes behind me and grabs the back of the seats, her eyes sparkling.
It's huge! I can't believe we can see it from so far away!
On closer inspection, my clothes are way too tight for her. My poor shirt is being stretched to its limits. Of course, this doesn't seem to bother her at all. I don't know if I'm more embarrassed for myself or for her.
Well, we have to get moving now. So go get dressed or whatever.
Sure thing.
She scampers off to the back, finally giving me room to breathe as I make my way to the driver's seat. Until I accidentally glance at the rearview mirror. In the middle of the motorhome, Marina slips out of her pajamas and into her regular clothes. Jeez, the bathroom is right there. I adjust the mirror and try my hardest to stay focused on anything else I can look at. Fully dressed, Marina pops back up beside me and settles in the passenger seat. The desolate road continues until suddenly, as if out of nowhere, we are greeted by a line of cars. RVs, buses, and every other kind of vehicle under the blazing sun, all lumped together, stacked one on top of the other, side by side, and every single one blasting their horns.
Whoa, you think this is because of the treasure?
I grit my teeth and flop back in my seat. I only pray these are tourists and I was the only one dumb enough to humor the scam. We're soon assimilated into the traffic jam. Slowly, the motorhome inches forward, but when we finally reach the front, a whole new monster awaits us. Laid out in the dirt, barely in the shadow of the looming mountain, is a giant cluster that can only be described as such. Campers, tents, tarps, booths, you name it. A chaotic horde of people crowd around the entire unorganized mess. I cringe at the very sight of it. I'm in hell. Marina pushes her face against the window in awe of the sheer insanity.
I don't think I've seen this many people since the concert.
Oh God, she's going to break from this overstimulation. A choir of horns serenade us from behind. Groaning, I pull forward and squeeze the motorhome into the nearest available space, stuffed tightly between everything else. Backing out is going to be a real pain.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go find that treasure.
Marina sits up and nearly leaps out of the car, but I grab her wrist and pull her back into her seat.
Just hold on a second.
Her enthusiasm fades.
Oh, that's right. You were only going to drop me off and leave.
Sorry, but I'm gonna stick around a bit longer.
For real?
She starts sniffling.
You're so nice to me, Amber. I think I might cry.
Hold it in. We gotta think of a game plan first.
Okay.
Marina returns to her usual happy-go-lucky self while I grimace at the chaos outside. If I suspend my disbelief and assume the treasure is real, where would we even start? We don't even have any equipment.
I guess we may as well start by checking out the place.
I'm the first to make my way into the sea of people. My nose is assaulted with smells of campfires and BO, masked in suntan lotion. Smells like tourists, all right. Marina finishes her run around the motorhome and huddles close to me, her eyes still wide with wonder, but far less gung-ho than before. The two of us make our way through the makeshift campground, following a guardrail that's been set up to separate the visitors from the rock. All the while, we pass different scenes starring all sorts of people. A news anchor elbowing nosy hecklers out of the way while she tries to report, men on top of motorhomes in lawn chairs strumming away on guitars. Even vendors have set up shop here, selling over-ripened fruit from their booths. Marina is speechless, looking on in overwhelmed curiosity and hovering so close I keep tripping over her. I'm half expecting her to grab onto one of my belt loops. I'm surprised. I pegged her to be pretty good with crowds.
Please stay behind the guardrail! I repeat, please stay behind the guardrail!
So I'm going to take this moment to talk about my experience at Yellowstone Park. I was like 15, 16 years old. And we went to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That's where we were staying. And we decided one day we were just going to go check out the sulfur springs. And as we were walking along the designated pathways around the spring, around the sulfur pools or whatever they're called, there was a buffalo just kind of chilling. And pretty much asleep, didn't really care about anybody around them. They were far enough away from the path that nobody was really doing anything. Some people maybe shot a couple of pictures, but after that they just kind of walked by, and everybody was fine until the park ranger started stomping over the pathway, screaming at the top of her lungs, "Be quiet around the buffalo! Be quiet around the buffalo!" And everybody just stared at her like, "Are you insane?" Like, literally no one was talking. We were all just kind of in awe at this massive creature just minding its own business. And the park ranger was the one screaming. And if that thing had decided that it was just gonna get up and charge, it would have been her fault. So yeah, that's what this reminds me of. I know that there are no... I don't know. There might be buffalo in this desert, in the Mojave Desert? Yeah, don't ask me. I failed geology. No. Geography. I failed geography. I probably failed geology too. I don't remember. A booming voice shouts over the crackling of a megaphone. Pushing through the crowd, we're shoved into a part of the crowd that's mobbing by an opening in the guardrail. They're barred from advancing by a lone man standing on top of a folding chair and clutching his megaphone like a shotgun.
Stay behind the guardrail! Please be considerate of Navajo land!
What's going on?
Not sure. I think.
The sun reflects off the truck behind it. I squint my eyes at the words printed on its side. Navajo Parks and Recreation.
This could get nasty.
Maybe they're moshing. People did that at the concert.
Just what the hell kind of concert did you go to anyway? Wait a second.
In the back of the mosh, distant from the calamity, is a familiar sight. Blonde-haired, intertwined, and running through a dark red bandana.
What's wrong?
Remember that loud chick from the gas station?
A little. I was too busy with my slushie to really notice. Why?
I think we just found our first lead.
My voice trails off and I start towards the girl, pushing my way through the crowd.
Hey, Amber! Wait!
Who's that girl from Full Metal Alchemist? Is her name Winry? Because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like Winry, but not Winry, you know? It's been like 20 years since I watched Full Metal Alchemist. Putting on my person mask, I take a breath and place my hand on her shoulder with a forced smile.
For the last time, old man, I don't have any!
Huh?
She whips around, her eyes prepared for murder, but her features switch to standby mode as she realizes her mistake.
Oh.
Sorry, but didn't I see you at that convenience store yesterday?
Oh, yeah, that dump. Outside of Roswell, right?
Yep, that was us. I'm Amber. The other girl is Marina.
Marina waves and I extend my hand. The girl's eyes narrow, but she eventually shakes it with a surprisingly strong grip. I mean, she looks like a mechanic.
Mariah.
Everyone here for the treasure?
They'd be idiots if they weren't.
Hey, what do you know? You were right, Amber.
You say that like it's a good thing.
You guys here for the gold too? Not sure why else somebody would come out.
She looks over the scenery and wrinkles her nose.
To this place.
The ray of sunshine next to me is looking for the gold. I'm just the ride.
Step away from the guardrail! You're all getting out of hand!
The horde presses in. The yelling grows louder.
You aren't getting through, so I don't even know why.
A can of beer flies through the air and cracks him on the forehead, the liquid running down his face. And you've been charged with assault.
Oh, come on!
Navajo Parks and Recreation. They are trying to keep well-meaning treasure hunters from carving up the rock because of its religious significance.
I hate you.
Doesn't surprise me. This is a four-corner state, so there's lots of stuff like that out here.
I think it's sweet that they're trying to protect big ol' Shippy.
Mariah stares at her as if questioning her entire existence.
But it's a rock.
And I hate you.
So?
It's only good for postcards and carving big monuments. Why is it such a big deal if people want to look for treasure up there?
Well, it's not gonna make much of a difference either way.
Why's that? You a non-believer?
No, I'm just not a sucker.
That's not very nice, Amber.
Well, it's true. It's obvious that this is just an elaborate scam and everyone got ripped off.
Before I finished my sentence, a cocky, overgrown smile makes its way onto Maria's face, oozing with snide confidence.
What if I told you I could prove the treasure is real?
I'd say you're full of it.
Does that mean the treasure's real? Like, honest to goodness real?
Overwhelmed with excitement, Marina springs up and down while Mariah gives a smug nod.
Yeah, right.
Oh, ye of little faith. I said I could prove it, didn't I?
And how exactly are you gonna do that?
Come back to my base full of highly trained elite treasure hunters. Then I'll show you.
Elite what now?
Highly trained elite treasure hunters.
Right. Thanks, but no thanks. We'll pass.
Do y'all have the same colored eyes? I think they're very similar, that's for sure.
What? But why?
Well, because...
You said we needed a game plan, right? This is the best chance we have right now.
A terrifying amount of determination emanates from her as she forces an unwavering stare at me. Her gaze intensifies. I look down at my dusty shoes and finally give in.
Jeez, if it'll make you that happy, I'll do it.
She's really damn determined. I'll give her that much. I'm not sure I could have said no.
But this better be legit, you hear?
I point to Mariah.
I'm not in the mood to be jerked around today.
Yeah, I'll keep my word.
Hey! Stop it!
We look back to the crowd. The guardrails have toppled over, and the crowd surge toward the man.
I'm warning you! Stay back! I have a megaphone!
The crowd circles in around the chair and topples it over, the man crashing down with it.
We should probably scram.
Way ahead of you.
Sleek and lavish, Mariah's motorhome is like a mansion on wheels. Its chromy black paint is so fresh that you can practically smell the primer.
Here we are. Base, sweet base.
She throws the door open.
Joe, Tess, buck up, we have guests.
Marina and I shoot each other an unsure glance, then enter the motorhome.
Oh, hey. Did you finally manage to make some friends?
He's not wearing a bandana. He's wearing like a headband.
Blow it out your ass, slacker.
It's just as big and expansive on the inside, making my RV look like a toilet in comparison. It's definitely a luxury class, unlike my Class C. Or at least it would be luxury motorhome if not for the seemingly random decor. The wall is littered with posters of ska bands, the worst genre. Excuse you? Wow, Amber. In fact, I see Bob Marley and I don't know what these two are. But Bob Marley is not ska, 1. 2, excuse you. Wow. Judgy McJudgerson over here. God, okay, step back. We're gonna skip that. Even weirder are the license plates scattered everywhere. Some in boxes, some on the table, and some strung together like a wind chime. A beanbag in the corner and bottles of empty beer and liquor cast off on the ground. The place looks more like a frat pad than a base. You've obviously never been in a base before. An impression further aided by the guy sprawled out on the couch, his head wrapped in a bandana like Mariah's.
Someone's feisty today. No luck with the treasure, I take it?
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Hey now, me and Tess were holding down the fort. That's a very important job.
He gestures at the cot above him, a hollow space under some cabinets. It looks like a row of cupboards used to be there, and were stripped to make it room for it. Lying on top is a little girl facing the other direction, fiddling with something I can't make out. She's wearing another identical bandana. Is it also a headband or is it an actual bandana?
Isn't that right, Tess?
Tiny Winry. Tess gives a barely existent nod and continues tinkering.
See, what did I tell you?
Has she been like this the entire time?
Yep. She hasn't moved since you left this morning. It's kind of sad.
Please. Don't think I haven't noticed you were on that couch when I left.
Guilty as charged.
I clear my throat, reminding them of our presence.
Oh, right. This is my team. The lug who's become one with the couch is Joseph, and the squirt is my kid sister Tess. Tess, this is Alyssa and Melina.
No.
Amber and Marina.
Whatever.
At least you got the letters right.
They are looking for the treasure too.
Hey there, ladies.
I can only hope the highly trained elite team are hidden in the bathroom.
Hey, I'm Marina. It's really nice to meet you.
Marina jumps in front of me, taking hold of the conversation by its throat.
The other girl is Amber. Say hi, Amber.
Hi.
Don't mind her. She's just grumpy.
I'm not grumpy.
You sound pretty grumpy to me.
I groan and start muttering nonsense under my breath. Didn't think being a realist would make me grumpy.
She doesn't think the treasure exists.
Uh-oh, Mariah, we've got a non-believer in our midst.
Why do they keep saying that?
Why do you think I brought her here?
If you think you'll be able to convince me that this treasure is real, then fine. But you have another thing coming.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
I left it in my other motorhome.
Back in my motorhome. We can take you and your sense of adventure back to Carlsbad if you want.
No thanks.
Carlsbad? California?
New Mexico.
Rolling her eyes, Mariah walks over to a drawer. From inside, she pulls out something wrapped in cloth and brings it over to me.
Go ahead. Take a peek.
Her smirk reappears, curling across her face as if it were a game, and there's no way she could lose. Hesitant, I bring my hand to the rag and unwrap it.
What? No way. Is this?
That's right.
Lying swaddled in a cloth is a yellow nugget. It's beautiful. I give it a squeeze. It's soft. Definitely not a piece of pyrite.
It's gold!
But how?
You know the miner who hid the treasure? That's Joseph's great-great-uncle.
You're lying.
I can testify for that. It's true.
This thing is a family heirloom.
More like it was lying forgotten in my basement until we stumbled across it as kids.
After that, I heard great tales of the miner and his hidden treasure.
She went to the library and found old newspaper clippings making fun of him.
Then, I made it my life's goal to find his treasure.
She's been obsessed with it ever since. Help.
That's a load. I saw you at the store yesterday. If you knew so much about the treasure, then why did you have to buy one of those journals?
Another side of my family probably got the journal after he kicked it. We didn't hear about it until everyone else did.
This doesn't prove anything.
Mariah shoots me a scowl, similar to the look she gave the clerk yesterday.
What are you trying to say?
Sis,
Tess finally moves, hopping down from her cot, another license plate wind chime in her hand. The plates clinking together as she runs over to Mariah.
sis, I finished it.
She says this without a hint of emotion, her eyes in a constant half-open state. It's kind of unsettling.
How many is that now? 44?
45.
Marina bends down to Tess's level and greets her.
Oh, are you collecting license plates? Uh-huh. I only have 5 more until I have all 50 states. And what state do you have there? New Mexico.
Her voice and expression don't change, still as dry as the desert air. Mariah scoffs.
At least yesterday wasn't a complete waste of time. That junker was a piece of crap.
Wait a second.
All the parts were rustier than my ass. Even the scrap metal wasn't worth it.
Just be thankful we found it. We'd be busted if I hadn't salvaged the good bits. Besides, that money is going to keep us from starving.
I look at Marina, but she doesn't seem to have put it together.
About that car you found. That wasn't outside Roswell, was it?
Marina's eyes go wide, realization finally penetrating her skull.
Yeah, not too far from the store. What do you care?
I can feel my blood begin to boil. Marina can feel it too.
Amber?
Every part of me is shaking. I struggle to spit out the words.
Her car was stolen outside of Roswell yesterday. It was out of gas, so we went to get some.
Joseph is the next to realize it, followed by Tess.
Oh, crap.
So?
I can't hold it in anymore. Sorry, Marina.
So? You stole her car and dismantled it!
Joseph jumps off the couch and apologetically bows repeatedly, all in one swift motion. Each bow makes me a little bit angrier.
Joey said it was okay.
I thought it was! Mariah gave the go-ahead!
You told them it was alright?
Yeah, so? It's your own fault for leaving it out there.
How? How on earth is it our fault that it broke down?
You know, finders, keepers.
It's a freaking car!
Tess tugs on my shirt.
What?
I don't mean to, but the word snaps out of my mouth. The tiny girl shrinks away. All right, Amber, just calm down. We can talk this out.
Here.
She holds out the wind chimes, made of Marina's license plate. Her eyes cast downward.
You can have it.
Never mind. Calming down isn't gonna happen. A hand grabs my shoulder. I turn to Marina. She shakes her head and smiles.
Amber, it's okay.
I mean, it is her car. It is her car, and if she's not this upset, she should be as upset as you because they dismantled her car, but I have a feeling that she wasn't supposed to have the car in the first place, so she might not be as upset about it as, she should be because it's not her car.
Really, it's fine.
She bends back down to Tess and smiles reassuringly.
You can go ahead and keep it, sweetie.
The trio, Mariah included, are taken aback by Marina's saint-like reaction.
Don't worry, guys, it's fine.
I mean, it's not, but whatever. Joseph breathes out a sigh of relief.
Oh, God. Thank you so much. We're all really sorry about this. Right, Mariah?
Yeah, I guess.
About as fed up with this as I am, Joseph shoots her a glare and smacks her on the back of the head.
Ow! Alright, I'm sorry and stuff.
Marina, are you sure? They destroyed your car.
Yeah, but it was pretty run down anyway.
You're unreal, you know that? Anyway, we should head out now. We have a few things to take care of.
Thanks for showing us the gold. Now I'm sure the treasure's real.
No problem, ladies. Again, really sorry for all the trouble. If there's anything we can do for you, just give us a shout.
How about team up?
Sure thing.
We head for the door, but Marina turns around before stepping outside.
By the way, was there a phone in the car?
The pink case, eh?
Yeah, that's the one.
We kind of sold that too.
Of course you did.
Thank you for joining me for episode 2 of Highway Blossoms by Studio Elon. Chapter 3 will be out shortly. Episode 3 will be out shortly. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment letting me know what you like down below. Please no hate or spoilers, as I'm not above removing those comments and the people who make them. That's all for now, folks, and I'll see you next time.